SVG. Yeah.
All right, good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's 16 minutes after the 8 o'clock hour. You're tuned in to Activated Mornings right here on WFM 99.9. So however you're listening, wherever you are right now, welcome. We've got in studio this morning, going up until 9:45, Dr. Gerald Thompson and yours truly, Christal, to chit-chat about what happened over the weekend and some other interesting topics this morning. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning, Christal. Good morning to all the listeners on Activated Morning. What a wonderful morning this is.
It is.
After a weekend.
Ooh.
Oh, boy. Great weekend. But, Christal, I love that new hairstyle. I tell you something. It's great. I tell you, I don't want to say. I'm sure
You're speechless.
texting a whole set of guys and so forth, texting and calling in. I want to know who's that.
Yeah, like who's that person? So we got a new person this morning.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I had a lot of growth over the weekend.
No, at all. It looks good. I like it.
Thank you.
It's good to make those changes. It's good to change things up. I've had the same Facebook picture for almost 10 years. I haven't changed.
You need a new one.
Yeah, people always telling me to change, but I'm not changing it.
Why? You need a new one.
People changing and changing.
Yeah.
I leave it as it is.
I think you should get a new one.
But, it's great for people to change up, and, the styles they have and so forth. So it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Got to switch things up a little bit.
I'm sure
the wind took a number on it. I'm preparing for Valentine's Day tomorrow and Black History Month. I just pulled that out of the bag.
All right, Valentine's Day.
All right.
I'm not going to ask any questions about that.
I'm not. I'm just joking.
Yes.
I'm just joking.
No, you said it.
Well, I'm just joking. I just joking.
It's on record. You can't pull that back.
I can't pull it back.
What's said on Facebook and social media, Instagram, you can't pull that back. That clip, that recording, somebody will pull that out. I could use it
against me.
10 years from now.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. All right. So trust that your weekend was good.
I want to say the Super Bowl was yesterday. I know that's not a local event.
No, it's not.
The Eagles, a lot of my friends were backing the Eagles out of Philadelphia. There's a big Vincentian population in Philadelphia and in New York. We're backing them. Sadly, they lost,
Well, the hype you coming with, I swear you were going to say, woohoo, they won.
No. The hype was Rihanna's halftime show.
Of course.
Can I say that? It was
Did
good.
she sing Lift Me Up?
Something I tell you, it was just good. It was just good. The natural items and so forth, they all blended into one.
I see Shaggy would have performed too. And Shaggy and some other Jamaican artists performed as well. Yes. Okay. As well, she's back after 50 years hiatus. 50-year hiatus.
Who?
Rihanna. Last time she performed was what, 2018?
50 years hiatus. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying that it's long. She's not even 50.
She performed at other places and so forth.
Okay.
2018.
All right. Lovely. Now, also happening over the weekend. This one is not any good news, but it's been the highlight. On Friday, we learned of the passing. Well, homicide number 7. So condolences to the family and friends and everybody who knew the young lady who succumbed to her injuries when she was shot on Thursday. All right. And of course, following that, I think for the past few weeks, we've been talking a lot about crime in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the conversation will continue for some time. Okay. Now, also happening was the first stop this morning. Nobody else performed at the Super Bowl? I'm sure I saw a release saying that there were other artists performing. besides
but as you
Rihanna.
mentioned, I couldn't recall seeing that, but
Mm.
we will see. You could check that out later.
Okay. All right. That's for the folks in the diaspora. Good morning. We have an interesting question coming up this morning about folks in the diaspora and people sorry, excuse me, living here locally. But that's gonna come up a little bit later on. Now, here's another story that came out last week and week before as well. Now it says here, Eyewitness News has covered this story as well. A man fined for leaking nude photos of ex-girlfriend from her phone. I think this is quite a fitting conversation as tomorrow is Valentine's Day as well. And it goes a little something like this. 23-year-old man has become the first person in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to be successfully prosecuted under the country's cybercrime law, which was passed in 2016. That's a long time. On Tuesday at the Calico Magistrates Court, the laborer was fined for leaking nude photos of his ex-girlfriend, an 18-year-old, to a WhatsApp group of her classmates. He pleaded guilty to a charge of violation of privacy, namely that he intentionally and without lawful excuse transmitted through a computer system the image of videos and the private areas of the 18-year-old student without her consent. All right, the facts of the case are that he and the young lady were in a relationship which ended in January. Now, this one here, I know if you want to share how you feel about it first, and then we can go ahead and have a discussion. We'll cut at 8:30. We've got courts calling in at 8:30 up until 8:45, and then we'll continue. Remember, you can send your WhatsApp comments on the WhatsApp machine at 784-457-9994. So let's go.
But I tell you, I'm glad. I'm really, truly glad that this case came to the fore. Christal, in a former life, I used to be the Minister of Telecommunications and would have piloted the first Electronic Communications Act way back in 2006 and would have worked on the same cybercrime bill when I was the director of special project. This was like a special project. You know what I mean? 2014, 2015. It took us a long while, and I'm glad that when Minister Gonsalves came in, he was able to push it through and pass the act. I don't think people realize that the world has changed, the way we communicate and the way crimes are committed. People don't now physically, on average, go with a gun to rob a bank. They try to rob the bank electronically, whether you're an inside agent or not.
Yeah.
You don't always go and hold up somebody and ask them for their wallet. You macro them and try and get a copy of the ATM card and so forth and try and extract their money. And similarly, a lot of crimes that are committed today related to electronic transactions, media, form of cybercrime, and there are about 10 of them. And I think it's important that this morning we go over and talk a little about them. In particular, the crimes on child pornography and also identity-related crimes, and of course, the ones on violation of Privacy Act. Violation
Like
of
this one here.
privacy. That's what we're talking about. And you can't go and take away the phone of your girlfriend that you've broken up with. She come for her clothes, you snatch away her clothes because you're vexed, she's leaving you and so forth, and you basically gone extract certain things and post it to her friends to embarrass her. And so that is a crime. Now,
Is the deliberate act of retrieving, of sending the images to a group that he knows, okay, everybody in there knows her.
Christal, I want you to go to the end of that article. Go to the end of that article, please.
You want me to read it out?
Right at the end.
Which
the very last. It says in September 18. No, it's September 18.
This part here?
Yes.
Okay. Then in September 2018, the prosecution withdrew the matter.
No, sorry.
Skip that because
yes.
if convicted, he would have faced
the No, the very last line, sorry.
Okay.
What it says.
The cybercrime law was passed in 2016 amidst local, regional, and international outcry.
Now, this stuff always happens. When it comes to abortion, when it comes to death penalty, when it comes to who you link with, whether personally or internationally in terms of nations, your affiliation to Cuba, Nicaragua, whatever the case might be, or to China or the United States, people have different opinions. I believe that that last line was so wrong when they said the bill was passed with international local outcry. The
So we're
bill
going to
was passed.
scrutinize the actual article.
The article, I'm just saying, I'm starting off by saying the bill was passed with much applause. Much applause. It was long awaited. And it's sad that it has taken some 6 years. It was passed in December 2016. So let's say it's taken 6 years for the second case to come forward, but the first case to be effectively
For there to be some
because
prosecution.
a previous case was withdrawn. You know what I mean? And I'm saying that because these type of protections of people's rights is so important. And maybe after courts, I want to dig down into this. This is important. This is really, really important, Christal. And I know you may be looking at things from a different angle of specifically just the personal violations of privacy.
The act of what he actually went and did, what he did, that I think warrants a bit of attention.
Yes.
To me, the last line there with the law, it says that the law.
No. The reason why I'm saying this,
to me, it's a little minor.
But the reason why this is that of greater thing is, what about child pornography?
Right.
The person who intentionally produces child pornography for the purpose of its distribution through a computer system, offers to make available child pornography through a computer system, distributes and transmits child pornography to it. You know, it's really horrible.
you want to defend the fact that it's in place. The Cybercrime Act is in place.
I want to educate and help educate persons that this specific violation, the violation of privacy, a person who intentionally or without lawful excuse or justification captures, stores or publishes or transmits through a computer system the image of a private area of another person without his or her consent, where the other person has a reasonable expectation that he could disrobe in privacy. So if I'm disrobing in privacy and you take a picture of me,
put it on my birthday suit,
right? I'm on my birthday. I'm in my birthday suit, and you take a picture of me, whether friendly or not. But you then take that picture. I haven't given you consent, and you send it all over the place. And then you start to say things in relation to my private past, or give an impression in relation to it. You know, so that people who might be friends of mine, or people who are my enemies, or people who don't like me, could use and laugh at me and so forth to make comments on a part of my body or
that's
not.
supposed to be private.
Supposed to be private. That is wrong.
Okay.
But I'm extending that to say, Christal, what if that's a child? You understand? What if that's a 5-year-old and you're seeing the private parts of a 5-year-old? You think that's worse? Huh? Of course
It's horrible.
You know? Yes.
Of course it is. All right, so we got to stick a pin right now. It's now 8:30. All right, when we come back, we'll continue this conversation here. So let us know how you feel about it. All right, it's now time to head on to a 15-minute special coming to you. Compliments Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Find the frames frames you love at Quartz Optical. Shop today and enjoy 50% off our wide selection of fashionable frames. Choose from our flexible payment plans from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today at www.quartzoptical.com. Remember, at Quartz Optical, your comprehensive eye exam is always free. So come in and find the frames you love at 50% off only at Quartz Optical. See you in store for details. Quartz Optical, value you can see.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Quartz.
Calling from Quartz Ready Cash.
Hi, good morning and welcome to Activated Mornings.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Of course, not a problem.
So, as this is the season of love, here at Quartz Ready Cash, we have 4